I'm Chris Kowalczyk, Assistant AD for Communications at VCU. We are continuing our series of checking in with VCU student athletes. Today we are joined by Kristian, Tannum, and Donaldson from the VCU golf team. Kristian, how are you?
Not too bad, Chris. How are you?
Good, good. You are over in England right now at home.
I am indeed.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you spending your time over there?
Well, right now it's mostly just schoolwork, trying to keep busy, trying to keep active. We're on a lockdown right now, so that is really like hindering my ability to do things that I want to do, like play golf, work out, and stuff like that. But we're just trying to do the best we can.
You know, obviously a lot of us over here in the United States kind of have a sense of what's going on over here. Can you talk a little bit about what's going on over there in England and what you've seen?
Um, I would certainly say we're at a further on stage of this virus than the United States. We've seen a lot of increase in the death toll. A lot of more people are getting sick. We did introduce the lockdown a week and a half ago, so I think in the next couple of days we'll start to see the benefit of that, and those numbers will start to, or at least the growth rate will start declining. We're a a public healthcare system, so we don't quite have the capacity as maybe the United States. So we've had 700,000 people out of our population volunteer their time to help the healthcare kind of deal with the issues that we're having. So the country's really coming together really well. Everyone's looking out for each other, which is great.
That's really great to hear about the volunteering. That's fantastic. What during this time on lockdown, how do you manage to spend your time? Obviously, there's very serious things going on outside those walls, but how do you manage to kind of keep yourself busy?
So I'm still trying to keep on like a bit of US time so I can stay up for my classes and stuff. So I'll get up a little bit later in the morning and stay up a little later at night. Normally my day evolves around attending whatever classes I have to be online for on Zoom, making sure my assignments are done, and keeping on top of a rehab schedule that I have. That's golf specific, and it's all like home workout stuff with bands and light weights. Try and get outside the house. We're allowed to leave our house one time a day for a form of exercise. So I've been biking and trying to get back into running. But the last couple of days for me have been a bit crazy. I've had two of my hardest classes. I've had exams, so I've been kind of spending my whole day in my room just studying away. But that's how it is. You got to do what you got to do.
What has been the biggest challenge in terms of transitioning to online classes for you?
Well, some professors, they'll hold like Zoom meetings, like I said, and quite often they won't post their slides or anything like that online. So those classes have been much more difficult. I've had some professors that made recordings of their lectures, and that has been like the most helpful thing. If they had that during the regular semester, I think I would find it a lot easier because you can revisit material. Obviously, the professor's a lot better at explaining the PowerPoints than just reading the PowerPoints. So that's been the biggest thing for me, is just how some of the professors have organized the classes. But for the most part, it's been pretty smooth, certainly from a student perspective.
How do we think we did on our exams?
I've had one back, which was a B, and it's one of my hardest classes, so I was happy with that. And then I took one yesterday, which I'm hoping for a high B, maybe an A. And those are my two hardest classes. So
Okay.
if I can do those, the rest of my classes are fairly easy, should be A's and stuff. But these ones have been a bit tricky for me.
Kristian, during this time, how do you manage to stay connected with teammates and friends and family?
Well, obviously, I'm staying with my family back here, and I have like a sort of a second family back in the United States. So my girlfriend, her family, I've been FaceTiming them, try and do it every day as best I can. My teammates, we have group chats, we have Snapchat, GroupMe, so we're always communicating, having a laugh, sending each other funny videos and stuff. So it's it's felt like a normal summer so far. I'm sure after I've been stuck over here for 5 months, it might be a little different, but so far it's all good.
How much are you missing golf right now?
Well, considering I really can't play golf right now, a lot. For me, it's not necessarily just golf itself, but it's the competition. That's what I love. I like testing myself against some of the best players out there, and having my season cut short, kind of like messes with you. It doesn't feel right. So I'm just looking forward to get back into school and giving the A10 a crack next year.
Yeah, you guys had only gotten a tournament or two into the spring before the season was canceled. Where were you when you found out about everything, and what was your reaction?
So we had just played a tournament in Aiken, South Carolina, and we were on our way to Orlando to play our second tournament of spring break. And we were in the van on the way to Orlando, and we heard some of the other schools had shut down and moved to online classes. We also heard some of the other conferences had canceled their seasons. So we found out just before we got to Orlando, and we managed to stay for a couple of days at our hotel we were supposed to be going to, and then we made our way back up to campus afterwards. So we got a little break in, try to enjoy spring break the best we could, and then it was kind of straight back to reality and figuring out what I was going to do from there.
Yeah. What if this is obviously a very serious situation, global pandemic, and you talked about the volunteering over in England, which is a tremendous testament to the human spirit and whatnot. If you had an opportunity to speak directly to the healthcare workers that are battling this pandemic, what would you say to them?
Just a thank you. I mean, they're putting their lives in danger every day for the safety of everyone else, and that's the biggest sacrifice I think any human can make. So just great thanks, and us as a population, trying to do the best we can to support them. 8 p.m. every day here, we walk outside our houses and we clap for the staff of the NHS, the National Health Service back here. So we're just trying to do whatever we can to keep spirits high and thank them for the work they've done so far and the work they're going to be doing in the future.
Well, that's outstanding. Kristian, thank you for joining us, and hang in over there. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you back on campus soon.
All right. Thank you, Chris.